Um, just pretend like that didn't happen. So, if you have blah blah, then, which is the probe. Nowadays I call it probe. I don't call it fortune wire anymore because that's a direct link to .hack. I don't think any other game has called it that. It makes sense to call it that, but I think they're the only ones who have called it that. So, I mean, I could call it fortune thread, but that just sounds like thread to make for, like, clothing that gives you more chance to find money or something. So, probe is more used in most games that has this kind of stuff that I know of. So you have this. It should also do a variable, because this probe, well, I want the probe to have limited uses. Like, I'm seeing all these scripts from Anfly and stuff, and they only seem half useful. Like, they're always things I would never use. Like, skills cost items. I would love if items or weapons cost items. I mean, that would make a bow useful. Right now, bows aren't useful. Right now, bows are just like using magic or skills or spells or whatever you want to call it, or superpowers, whatever. I mean, you're just randomly shooting a projectile at something or someone, and it's not costing you anything. And I think it would be awesome if you could have weapons cost items, and it would cost, like, say, one arrow each time you shot it. Or maybe you have a skill that shoots off 2 arrows at once. I don't know. So we have apprentice probe. The other thing I was thinking of was the skill limited uses, I believe. That would be cool if you could have items with limited uses, because there's a dissembler script, which is basically a salvage script. You can make salvage kits and have them only with limited uses. That's something else I would like to have. I thought was that on a different... Yeah, let's get rid of that. That was on 19. So yeah, it would just... little small stuff like that would help make things a bit more interesting. I'm guessing nobody else who works with RPG Maker would care about stuff like that. Well, they might like the weapon cost item thing. That would be really cool and makes a lot of sense. So, it doesn't make it consumable, so you don't use it. But, I want you to use it, but I don't want it to disappear. What's a good price to start off with? 10. Alright. I was actually thinking on 20. so we'll just do a medium. So this does not get rid of it after it's used, but I would like it to disappear after a certain amount of uses. So I don't think I need to do a common event. At least not in here. This does not need a scope of the effect. Scope this is for like battle stuff. Always, yes. This doesn't matter, that doesn't matter. That might not matter unless there's a plugin that helps us all out with this kind of stuff. Basically, well, how many uses was it? I'm probably gonna do only 20, maybe 25 uses, but I would like a basis to, yeah, 25, so they're all 25. These are all 25 except for the skeleton key. Alright, so that's kind of like what I was thinking of. So, we call this 25 uses. Now, this is another thing that could potentially be glitch worthy, but it works for what I have right now. Does it? Basically, I would need a variable. I don't even think I need a common event, to be quite honest. I think I just need a variable. This could become very annoying for me, and very annoying for everybody else since I haven't showed off what extra stuff I've done to the game, which is very little. I haven't done much. Wait. I'm probably gonna give these better names eventually, but more original, I should say. But for now, this is good enough. This is a sad thing. Is if you have more than one, how? See, this is why we need a script for this kind of stuff. This isn't possible with variables. I mean, it would sure, I could get it to work this one time. What the hell are you doing? That's what I wanted it to do. Sure, I can get it to work this one time, but it wouldn't be a feature in the game. At the very least, a durability would be cool on items. If items could have durability at the very least. Because then I could just give it a durability of 25. And then it would just be like uses, you know? Each time you use an item, it would lose one durability. So, with this in mind, I'll come up with something else. But it's much more simpler if I did it in .hack terms. That there would just be a lockpick and a probe, and each single one would be a single use. So every single fortune wire you bought was a single use. They were very cheap. Um, and if you thought about it in those terms, 25 uses for 10 gold is, I believe, let's see, do I do 25 divided by 10? And that is 2.5 currency for each use. Actually, if you think about it that way, then fortune wires were more expensive, because I believe they were 5, but you got a lot more money in that game. Of course, I'm selling mine for 15. So divide that by 25. And, oh, I think I did it wrong. I did uses first, I didn't do the price. Price should come first, I believe. Oh, then that's like a fourth. That doesn't make sense. Does it? It probably does. 40 cents for each use, times that by 25 uses. Yeah, so it would cost all. Fortune wires were really expensive then. I mean, you could, if I do have it as one use kind of thing. Why did I open this? Oh, I remember. If I do have it as a one use kind of thing, and it's just you have a lockpick and a probe, and they're each one use, I would probably have them both at like 5 currency, whatever the currency is in this world, I forgot. Which I believe that's what I'm gonna do. And once again, this is not needed. None of this is needed. Because, I'm basically doing what they did in the Dot Hat games. Well, if you had the thing, okay, this is getting all weirded out now. That was supposed to be here. It'd be better if you could just pick each tab and move it over. So you got this first, get rid of that. Self switch A takes you to this, and you don't need. There was a sound effect also that played when you got it right. You got a kind of a weird little punching puff sound. I don't know how to explain it. Does these even work? I don't. It'd be cool if there was something called disarm. No. That actually works a tad bit better. I need more of a, it needs more of a reverb effect. Um, whatever. That one's good enough. I think there was a sound for when it failed, but I don't remember it. So, when it works, it works. Um, and as you probably can tell, it's not an immediate thing. Like, and what I mean by immediate is, like, this isn't parallel or an auto run. It doesn't automatically go through this. All this does is change. Actually, delete that. This is what it should end up as. Wait, so if you failed, it automatically opened it up for you, and then you got a fortune wire, and then it opened it up as this kind of thing. So, it's an A, that's a B. Let's put this to a, we don't need that there. Put this to a C. Copy, paste. That's a C. Change this graphic. And this is much more simpler than the other way I had it. The other way would be nice, but I'm always thinking too much of like 3D terms, and it's possible in this system and game and all that, but I guess nobody wants to spend that much time. It wouldn't be that much more difficult. They already have scripts so much close to what it would be needed for it. But whatever. So you get the probe, and it it would take away your probe. And there. So you'd make a weird sound, that's the best I could come up with. It would take away your probe, and then it'd switch A on. And then it would show a non-trapped treasure chest. Then the normal treasure stuff would go through, and then it would go to C. If you don't have one of these, however, it would play a sound that I don't remember what it is, and then you would actually gain a fortune wire, or in this case, a probe. And then you wouldn't get the treasure, and it would just go to B. And it would open up as the trapped version. So that's what happened in .hack for all those people who never heard of it or played it, because it's supposed to be a very somewhat rare game. So that's it. This would be an expensive loss too, really, because I'm gonna make it 5 gold for each one of these things. Um, and you would have gained 75 here. So if you would have bought one probe, you could have had a 70 profit. I might even have someone give it to you for free. Alright. What was I gonna do here? Oh yeah, 2 things. Um, so I was gonna have like 10 items for the security stuff, but now I'm just going to have 2. I'm just gonna have a lockpick, and then I'm just gonna have a probe, and I'm gonna make them each 10. They're not consumable. No need for a scope. Always. None. Not needed, not needed. This is to unlock locked doors or chests. This is to disarm locked doors or chests. Basic stuff there. And I don't know if I actually said it earlier because the computer is so slow it makes me forget what I'm saying sometimes. I was actually thinking on doing jumping puzzles, or try to, if at all possible, in a 2D environment. But I'm gonna try. We'll see what happens there. I downloaded Smart Jumps plugin, so that should be good. So let's see, where is it at? Why isn't it letting me scroll? What the dick? Okay, that's really weird. So I could make it a path of lily pads that you had to like go. I might do that, because I could have it like right here. That just maybe. What? No. I clicked on this, otherwise known as water. That way, I wanted it to be like you had to start it over here, and you had to kind of like go down and up that way. I'd have to do it kind of like that. then kind of, mm, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I was thinking of making it just really hard to get there, making some form of puzzle, but then it kind of takes away from this really beautiful looking water area scenery. So, whatever, we'll just keep it as that. You go up there and you either lose out on the 75 gold or you gain 75 gold. But hey, if you lose out on 75 gold, at least you will gain a probe. That in my game will actually cost 10 currency, whatever the currency is, I forgot. I should probably look, but I don't want to. Alright, let's test it out. Alright, so let's try a new game. See what my new little character creation looks like. I tried setting the resolution of this down from 720p to a 480p type of thing, which would, instead of being 1280 by 720, it would be 720 by 480. I liked that it zoomed in on the stuff a little bit better and everything that way looked nice, but messages got scrunched up and looked like crap. So I spent some time making this UI. It's just completely blank except for these two things. Um, they look very retro now that I think about it. Like the little retro border, but I spent a lot of time working on Unreal Engine 4, so I got used to this kind of stuff. It's very simple. It's easier to do it in that engine since you're able to do that kind of stuff easier. So I added, good thing this captures my mouth. I added this kind of stuff, which I really like. And if you like how this thing is inside of the text box itself, I really always enjoyed stuff like that. I first saw that in an RPG Maker VX game. I believe it was VX, and not VXA's, but VX. It was called One Night's Circle, One Night Beyond, I believe. Let me quickly pause and check. I have all the games. Alright, it's just called One Night, as you can see here. I was thinking of this, it's the Beyond. It's the second game, and you can find it on rmn.net or some. It's where I put my games. Um, Great series. I haven't played the fourth game yet, the demo. I think he canceled it, and I don't think I played the third one yet. Maybe a little bit. The first one's pretty good. The second one's my best, my favorite. Um, it had this kind of stuff, like you could attack or whatever, doing that kind of thing. So that's when I first saw it, liked it, but didn't know how to get it. And then Suka Sukahime, um, she made this script. So that was cool. And how I know it's a she is because Hime is Japanese for princess. So I don't know what to think about that part, but whatever. Um, so I liked that, and I also knew that you could. I knew you could put icons on this area, but I never really fully utilized that. But that kind of, this kind of thing, as you'll probably soon see, I got that from Guild Wars, I believe, because I see Guild Wars 2 with a lot of this kind of stuff. Like, there'll be like a yes kind of thing and a no, and it'll be like a huge X beside no. So Um, I would show off both genders, but I didn't set it up that way. Now, how I was wanting it was when you click down or up, or you could just keep clicking down, it would cycle through the pictures. That's me with my 3D mentality, because in 3D Game Engine you could do that, especially in UE4. But with this, obviously you can't, and for some reason I was still thinking about being able to do that. But of course you can't. Are you sure this is your ginger? So here's the Guild Wars 2 kind of setup. Big X right there. That should be an actual black and white X if I wanted it to be exactly like theirs. But I could be like, well, no. At first I had this guy spinning it around, not really fast, but just kind of like motioning around like in a 3D game environment would, but it stopped spinning later on. It just messed everything up, so I decided not to do that. I'll give the first basis of... I just show the very first picture of what you could be for each gender. This is the very first... There's 4 different kind of male or female you can look like. And I chose the very first one that you could choose from as the archetypal male or female archetypal. I need to get different words. So, as you can see, this is the basis instead of archetypal. I used that as the basis. Oh, what do I look like? Well, maybe I look like this guy. As you see, it changes. Really nice. Well, no, I don't know. Maybe number 3 is how I look, you know? I don't look like Scooby-Doo or Scrappy. Wait, Scrappy? I don't know. Shaggy, I think it is, actually. I don't look like Shaggy, so... I usually choose this guy. He has a cool look. What is your profession? Now, I thought this was clever. Obviously, a huge sword would be more akin to a warrior. A little dagger would be more of a thief. And apparently mages are old people who need canes to walk on. And I always choose musician, because I am a musician. Are you sure you want this profession? Yeah? Good. Remember, you can always change your profession later on at an employment office. That's what I called it. What is your name? And that stuff disappears, like it should. Every time I choose this guy, I always go with this name for some reason. He looks like his name should be Ace. And I have a wait of a second in this section. I don't know why I did that. Welcome to Ultimify, Ace. I hope you enjoy your stay. Now that I think about this, this whole part right here sounds stupid. It sounds like it's like welcome you to like a hotel or like a video MMO game. I don't know. I want to find a way where this whole character creation process makes more sense. Maybe have like somebody at a mirror or something and you don't see the character at all, but you just see a mirror. It shouldn't be this slow. Well, MV is a really terrible engine for big maps, so my big world map is probably not gonna be good. Hey Ace, want to craft your own weapon? It could be of some use. Here, take these 2 iron ingots and go over to the smith station and create your very own iron sword. Alright. Iron sword it is. Nice. So we got ourselves an iron sword, which I don't think the class I have can actually use an iron sword. This quest I'm actually going to update it eventually. Probably by the time the next session I have, I might update this so it's more personal for whatever class you use and for even the gender you choose. Might even mention that person's age. Wow, Ace, that was some quick and fine work you did there for a beginner. There are other things you can do with your weapon, like upgrading it with different items. Here, try adding some to your weapon now. I don't like how it slowly writes the words on here. As you probably can tell, I've been hitting a button to have it all written down, so I might do that. Talk to him again. Just, have you made that sword yet? Should help out quite a lot. Made it. I thought I updated this to say upgraded that sword, but whatever. So now we can just go to our inventory, check out the time script while we're in there. Did I hit the right button? That's what she said. Alright, so this is the month we're in. Yurgo Gilaretu, 2465 A&E. E stands for error. I still haven't figured out what I want A and N to stand for. Asd Matra Day, 25th at 9:24 in the morning. So, yeah, there you go for that. I don't want this to show up in here. I don't use TP in the game. Or any other game for that matter. So we can check out the status menu script. Got the general. The general and the variable part variables are the same, I should say. So I had to fix up the variables part. Nothing too interesting here. Let's go to our gear. And oh, that's right. Oddly enough, we have to go to our items to upgrade stuff. Unless I wanted to get a certain script, but I don't really want to. Maybe later if it gets too tedious going back and forth. So we can add stuff there. Since it's just an iron sword, you only need 1 slot. And I was given 2. There we go. Now the strength has gone up. So yeah, permastat attack. That's the name of what all that stuff will be. There'll be different permastats. It's a company I'm thinking on. And they'll have different kind of stuff that they sell. this attack does attack of 1. I'll have different one attacks that do more powerful attacks or strength. The glyph, I'm gonna probably call that something else. Mark, I believe what I saw in the video for the tutorial of this kind of showed it as the state, so I might just call that state. And orb, I'm gonna keep orb because that reminds me of Guild Wars 2, but you might only be able to put one orb in. And then you can like repair it, obviously. The durability should never go above 100, so I'm gonna have to check that out. But yeah, now we have a sword that is really good. Yep, and he can't even he can't even equip swords, which makes sense. I should have it to where a guitar is a weapon that he can equip and bash people in the head with. Guitar would probably be more of a blunt weapon, so it'd be kind of similar to a club. Oh yeah, my skills have changed. It's very Guild Wars 2-esque. Well, first of all, you can learn your skills. I'm gonna implement a whole learn skill system. I might do that for the next video. I don't know if anybody really cares about watching database stuff. I don't really, but I might try it out. So either I don't really want this stuff to show up, but there's only healing, and then there's the profession, and then there's the ultimate. And the profession should have 0 out of 3 because you can only do 3. Starting out you can only have 1, and that'll be for the healing. So I wasn't gonna do the tiers because I didn't think that would work, but it only halfway works. I want each section of this to be like you can only put healing in this, and that's it. That's all you can do. So that's what I wanted to do. I wanted all the skills to be lined up this way, or maybe all 5 of them side by side, but I don't know. You can equip your skills. You will only be allowed to have 5 skills by the end. So I think that adds a lot of playability and just uniqueness to a game, because everybody's gonna choose different ways how they do that. So I have a save system in the game, and I don't think it's going to work, because every time I try to save it doesn't work. And yes, I'm using the save core, and that's for the updated MV, but guess what? I have the updated version, so it should work. Oh yeah. Wow, that's taken forever. We can all pretend that this is a huge map. Oh, that's awesome. I'm thinking on having like, what I might use for this area is, region effects. So for this area in here that he can walk on, or your player can walk on. Not including this area, but around it. Region effects. I'm gonna probably have it where it looks like he's splashing for each step he takes, because he's not walking. The character's not walking on water, but they kinda are. I also would like if you just stand in the water that your character starts to sink or something. But I don't know how any of that kind of stuff is possible. Oh look, it's almost dinner time. I am getting really hungry, so I'll probably be ending this session soon. And yeah, I didn't have a probe, so I'm gonna have to watch someone play that game again. I have someone that does play the someone I subscribe to that does play the game, so I'm probably gonna check that out and see what happens when they go to a chest that what's this? Okay, I don't know what that is. I believe that's the permastat. So for some reason, I didn't get... Oh, I'm an idiot. I hope someone saw that before I did all this. And just like, what an idiot. Because I see that happen a lot of times when I watch people do this kind of stuff. I still feel like I started the whole Let's Make a Game series. Even though I kind of didn't. But I still feel like I started it. Because I started it 2012. I didn't start off calling it that though, but I didn't see anybody else doing that stuff by then, and I always, like I said in my update video, I just loved when people did that kind of stuff, but I never saw that. The very first person I saw doing something like this was a guy named Plump Helmet Punk, and I even said his name in the videos I had in my previous Let's Make a Game series on my old channel. He's the reason why I even started all that stuff in the first place. But his wasn't a Let's Make a Game, his was just let's learn how to use RPG Maker VXAs. Like, he started out just making really terrible stuff, and then he ended up being really good at it. So, that's where I got the idea, because it was the only videos I could find of that nature, and that's what I wanted to watch. And I'm gonna guess this will take forever. Well, that's nice. It just didn't even want to work on me, so whatever, doesn't matter. I was gonna show you the save thing and how that messed me up, and then going to the map messed me up. That was really weird. I guess I can show off my dice thing quickly. This is something I was working on. Doesn't really work very well, but I thought it would be cool if there was a little dice mini game. The numbers do randomize, but they don't seem to work. It's like if dice 1 equals 1, then erase all these pictures. erase all pictures and then show dice 1. Basically, I'm just erasing all pictures first and then showing the picture. One, three, three, four, four, five, five, six, six. So it should work. These are always parallel. And then somewheres I had it to where it's a random number for each one. Dice number 1 equals 1. Yeah, so I have a debug tell me what I really got. Sometimes it works, but sometimes I don't. So you get a random between 1 and 6 for each thing, so I'll quickly show this off, I guess. It really should work. I don't remember it working last time I tried it. This is another thing I was working on quite a lot, but I never really showed. I wanted to get it down perfect, basically. Alright, so let's check out that dice game. Does it work at all, even? No, I guess it does not. Well, phooey on that. I kind of figured it wouldn't work. Oh well, yeah, there wasn't much that I got from last time that I got done other than this huge world map. That's one thing I got done. Took a while. And I only finished up the first quest over that you get up here with this guy, which is probably not going to be the first quest you get. This will probably be the house that you do start out with, but I'm probably going to actually start the person inside the house next time. With these kind of like let's make a game, there's some that are starting out now. I only know of one. And just like, well, just in case you guys don't know, I'm guessing the only people who are actually going to even watch these are the ones who watch Driftwoods. But if you don't know who he is, he started up one a while ago, and then I decided to start up my series again. But yeah, just like he said that he's not going to record everything. I'm pretty much the same way on that. I'm not going to record and show everything because for a 50-hour game even, it's going to take 50 hours to make for just each section of the game. Like, you're going to have to spend 50 hours on level design. You're going to have to spend 50 hours on story line, whether it's main or side quests or just whatever. You're going to have to spend 50 hours on the database, probably each section of the database at that. You're going to have to spend 50 hours on the scripting. So let's just pretend there's just only 10 different things, which there probably is. 10 times 50 is 500 hours, which is a lot of days, I think. 500 divided by 24. That's 20 days worth right there. Is it? Yeah, 500 hours is 20 days. Actually, it's closer to 21. So, that's a lot of videos. I actually divide 500 into 15, and that's only 33 videos. Okay, so I could make a series of 33 videos. Actually, I think I did that wrong because 500 divide that by 60. That's 8 hours. 4 times that by 4. Yeah, okay, so it pretty much is about 30 to 40 videos. I don't know if anybody would want to watch a series that long. It's probably gonna be that long of a series anyways. Um, just for this game alone, he started up a new series, Driftwood. It's the same series, but it's a different game, so that's something I actually didn't think about ever when I first came up with the idea of let's make a game. I'm just gonna say I started it because I didn't see anybody else start it, and that's what everybody else in the world does. So I'm just gonna be human for a day and just pretend like this all was my idea, even though I got it from other people. It's the name is my idea. So yeah. Um, but yeah, I'm not gonna record everything. I'm just gonna do a bunch of stuff off screen. I'm gonna try to get buildings for each of these buildings. Yeah, I'm gonna get houses for each of these houses that you see here. Buildings, or if it's like, I don't know what that. It's probably a town hall, so I'll probably make a town hall kind of building for that. 2-story house for that. A little wooden shack for that. That's already made. So yeah, I'm gonna probably make all this stuff. I think I already said that I was gonna do it for this video, that I was gonna make all this stuff for this video, or before this video, but yeah, I didn't do that. But I'll make sure to do it before next session. I'll probably work on Gray Wind a little bit. I'll probably edit that on video though. But I wanna get Swywood, or how you pronounce it, done finally, and just everything here will be done, and all the storylines and quests and side quests that you can get from this area will be done before I come back, and then we can start on Grey Wind. So, yeah, that's my plan for next time. I might do a little bit of databasing also. Might start doing little skills and stuff, but we'll see. If I actually finally get like people asking for some stuff, whether it's a tutorial based thing, I'm probably not going to do tutorials per se, but if I get requests for them, I probably will. I know enough. I've been working on RPG in general for about 6 years now. I'm probably closer to 5.5, 5 to 5.5 to be fair, or to be honest, really. I don't really know. I got my first computer November of 2010. Anyways, so if you guys want a tutorial, I could possibly do so. I do know enough that I could do beginner tutorials and probably intermediate. Um, I'm better at level design, but when I'm not feeling lazy, I'm terrible at level design. To save time, I usually like to start off with a pre-made map and then work on it my own. Like for this instance, I probably would get rid of this stuff. I would get rid of the wall for sure. But we'll see how I feel next time. Um, it sucks to have ADD. My mind's all over the place. But yeah, if you guys want a tutorial, just let me know. Um, and I'll try my best on that. Let's see what else. If you want me to work on the database, I can do that. I can work on the skills. I'm gonna have at least healing spells or skills for whatever class you choose, profession I should say. Whatever profession you choose, I'm gonna have an individual healing skill that you can only get with that class, profession, job, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna have that skill equip thing running a little bit better, and I'm gonna try to work on battle stuff. So those are the things I would like to work on. The database, not as much, but I might do that if I even get one person requesting it. So yeah, if you liked this video, if you liked all the videos in this session, please like them. Each individually would be preferred. I'm gonna still continue this series if I get no likes, because people gotta start somewheres, and since I remade my account, I had to start all over again. So, but it would still be nice. The likes are just gonna get the videos out quicker and keep me motivated, but I'm still gonna do them. And subscribe if you haven't, so you can always see what weirdness I'm always up to. I would like to have at least 10 subscribers, by the end of this month. That'd be cool. It's only 4 days away, but I don't know, it'd be nice to have 10 or more, Why limit yourself? Yeah, like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you guys think. If I'm being too detailed in everything I'm saying, just let me know. I do have ADD, so I get off topic a little bit. I'm also a writer, so I like to be very detailed in whatever I do. Yeah, like, subscribe, comment, share, maybe? You don't really have to share. I don't know what sharing does. Sharing is caring, but anyways, enough being a weirdo. I need to get food or to properly think. So, yeah, love you guys. Talk to you guys later. Bye.